Welcome back, guys. What a game we just had.
Interesting.
Gaming able to pick it up in the end, but Tectonic, to say they went down swinging,
They
I feel like is
absolutely
an
did.
understatement.
100%.
That was a poppin' game. However, I feel that we need to say, even though Avant won that was far from clean. And not only that, it was far from like a comprehensive, like everyone performing well.
Yep.
I feel like Frey and Parbu at certain points in that game were really questionable, to be honest.
Parbu kind of never really found an avenue into the game, whereas Frey early fell down. Malzahar ganks, they're pretty easy to set up, I feel like, but he was the recipient of multiple of those and then did fall behind. But we were mentioning at the end of the game, like he was the one that saved Blinky sort of thing.
Yep.
He had some big moments, whereas Parbu really was just kind of hitting a Cho'Gath and really never found a way into the game, wasn't getting flanks, he was too far behind to really have an impact in the split push and just struggled overall.
Yeah, for sure. And straight away, Inter Champion Select is going to be the Camille banned away. Parbu played it last game, bans it this game. And again, red side, blue side, does not matter. Skarner going to hit the bench.
Yeah, I feel like it makes a lot of sense against Tectonic, because Swaith, obviously big proponent of the Camille in the jungle as well. So not necessarily banning away from the top pool, but also him there. Makes a lot of sense. Had some good games on that one.
Not
See
to
what the
mention
teams...
with Gangplank nerf,
Yep.
Nah nerf. Camille was the other of the big three top laners, kind of untouched. So when you have red side third pick, and you can ban away 2 counters up there, like something like a Fiora, for example,
Yep.
you know, potentially just don't want to play against. It's going to be Ezreal and Ryze taken off the board.
Should we band away? Do we see anything like Cassio and things like that hitting the bench? Probably not in the first phase, probably more likely in the second, but see if AV get the same sort of composition. Choo-Choo's was saying in the after show, but I feel like their draft was just so much better than that of Tectonic, and I feel like I have to agree. It's one of the easiest to execute compositions. You have Camille as well as the Rakan. Parbu fell behind, so he couldn't be the one engaging, but then Jake obviously could, and it's just so easy to get onto the backline.
Yeah, I feel like especially given the discrepancy that we saw between Blinky and Jake and low and tilting is what makes it big. So they get rid of the Xayah.
Yep,
Kind
makes
of
a lot of
LS was
sense.
doing his tier list this morning. Did you watch it?
No.
He said that with Xayah, Rakan is S tier.
Yeah.
Without, he's just nothing tier.
Yeah.
Whereas with Rakan, Xayah is S tier. Without Rakan, she's still like A tier.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when you ban it, you ban the Xayah this patch.
Rakan really falls off when you don't have that extra range on your E. You just lose so much safety, and then you don't get the attack speed, so you do less damage in lane.
Because you
It's
kind of
super
need
risky.
Xayah or Callista. And
Yeah.
with Callista being nerfed now, range as well as AD going down, it's just like very risky to do it. However, no Gangplank ban means Parbu takes that one. It's going to be a Caitlyn picked up straight away by Paparize, probably 4 low. I haven't seen a top lane Caitlyn in a while.
Yeah, probably not. I feel like if you've seen top lane Caitlyn, you're not in a very competitive game of League of Legends. Oh, no, you know what it is. She outranges GP. You can hit the barrels, you know.
Exactly.
He can't push you in.
He goes to Q you, you auto-attack him, net him, and headshot him.
Yeah, that's... Oh, what a counter pick.
Yeah, and it's going to be
What a
Azir as well.
counter pick.
Caitlyn is it.
Yeah, that's a long-range composition already.
One of the best siege comps in the game, actually.
Not to maybe this is the game we see a Banner of Command. That was the first game of OPL 8.4. Did not see a single one.
There was
And that is
3 in
bonkers.
the EU LCS game I watched.
There was.
So
A
they
single
maybe
game had
stole
3.
a couple of ours.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be Varus.
Yeah. Trying to match that one out makes a lot of sense into something like the Azir. Extra CC on your AD carry, especially when you don't have a tank top laner. You need to get your engaged potential out of somewhere. But they do lock that one in with the Alistar, which they do. Makes a lot of sense, trying to just round out their team comp. Potentially looking for another 5v5 team fight sort of style.
In saying this, Caitlyn used to get beaten by Azir, not Azir, by Varus because of the level 6. And then what we saw is that Caitlyn's just went Spellbook and swapped to Cleanse on the first recall.
Yep.
And then Varus kind of does nothing against
can't lock
them,
her down,
especially now with the Tarm Ken. She both go Spellbook. Like, how does Varus ever kill either of these champions?
Interesting to see if they do actually do it. Obviously, he did get nerfed on 8.3, I think. So we haven't seen too much Spellbook in the bottom lane, mostly just with Sivir lanes for the most part. But see if low and tilting do opt in. If there's ever a bot lane that wants to play that, like, just negate lane phase sort of style, I feel like low and tilting sort of stylistically fit into that perfectly.
Absolutely, and I feel like, you know, the macro play that can come out, because honestly, Tectonic is one of those teams that when they follow structure, they look better.
Yep.
They look that game was actually probably their best chaotic game I've seen them play ever, period.
Yep.
So, very interesting. Talia banned away, as well as Darius.
Yeah, received a few buffs on this patch. I think guys W. Yep. Doing a bit more damage, and also the armor shred on his E. It's the ability to you do max second, went from 5 to 10 at rank 1, and then up from 5% every rank there.
So I think you max it second on tank matchups.
Yep.
and potentially you alternate W and E points, because we were having a look at solo queue, and then I kind of tried to find carry versus carry matchup, which at the moment in solo queue was like freaking impossible. Like no one plays carry top laners. It's going to be Na as well as Galio banned.
Makes sense to get rid of the Galio once again. They do have the alley to get into the back line, and obviously was very strong in game one, so Tectonic sort of saying that they don't want to deal with that one once again. Looking at a jungle pickup here for Swaith, and they will lock that one in.
Yeah, and as I said, I feel like Zach actually got better this patch. Everyone was like, you know, he's going to be invaded all the time, but you know, he's still a tank. He still brings CC if the collapse is there. And his gank's got a whole lot better. Blinky checking out Kalista. He has Varus, so I don't feel like he's going to take it unless Frey is going to play Varus in the mid lane, which was the old school counter.
No, I've got it. We're going to see a Kalista versus Caitlyn top matchup. That's the ultimate bait, you know. It wasn't even GP. It's not the range advantage doesn't matter when you take an 80 carry up there.
He's up 2 snuffs and got himself an ace machine. It's going to be a Corki picked up in the mid lane.
Oh, nice.
I didn't commit to the voice, but I wanted to. I just got a little bit scared.
You ain't nothing but a whiskey delta.
I like that.
There we go.
Sacagawea also being hovered right now.
Yep. Interesting to see if Only does opt in to the tank v tank jungle matchup. Nidalee is still open, can play things like that. Game one obviously was banned away.
There it is.
There it is.
Call it straight away.
Makes
Nidalee,
a lot of sense.
Red smite Nidalee.
Makes so much sense into his Zach. Early game just so weak. If Nidalee gets ahead in the early game, she just steamrolls over the map so easily.
So actually, I promised I would do it if it got locked in.
Okay.
But I got carried by a Klepto Nidalee jungle yesterday, and he was like, shout me out if someone plays Nidalee. I will, because Klepto Nidalee just healed and auto-attack people, got a million items, and then carried the absolute heck out of me.
Why play Nidalee if you're going to play Soraka Nidalee? Just play damage Nidalee, you know? None of this Athene's, like, heal your AD carry, Ardent Sensor stuff. Get some damage in there. Lich Bane, Death Cap. You know, when you see a one-shot in a Lucian top, one-shot in the Caitlyn.
What is it with top laners that start with P and Lucian counter picks to...
Praetor, Paprise, Huni, Pabashard. He was the OG one that pulled it out. Everyone gives it to Huni, but I think it was Cabo.
It was.
He was. Oh, we're going to see this again.
The fact that in solo queue, Huni had played it so many times and then played it one game and it looked bad and people just started flaming him for it. But Papara is going to be taking that counter pick into the top lane with press the attack buffed. Lucian is, in my opinion, the biggest benefactor of that.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, specifically in the 1v1. Obviously not in the 2v2, the damage amp isn't that big, did get nerfed away, but flat damage overall buffed on that rune. So the counter pick that we've seen struggle for the most part, but is known to be a big counter, just got better with the 8.4 update. Yeah,
and a squishy team comp that is hard to execute. Really only Gallia, really only Alistar to go in for Avant, matched up against a pretty standard comp apart from the Lucian, to be honest.
Yeah, AD once again putting all their engaged potential onto Jake in the bottom lane. Looked good game one, faltered here and there, but was constantly fishing for opportunities. Did find them time and time again, and was probably the reason that they did get themselves so far ahead. So now on the Alistar, can he replicate?
And talk to me about Jake for a little bit, because Morgana Janna games last week got
rough.
Yeah, it got really destroyed in laning phase, to be perfectly frank. And this game, however, double kind of initiate support, it's really a backflip.
I feel like 100% going from 2017 season, I feel like he's now opened up his champion pool, not just playing those negation lanes, not playing the peel back, things like that, going for the engage.
However, we are onto Summoner's Rift. It's game 2, Avant Gaming versus Tectonic. And I believe Laura is alongside with Charlie Wraith.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm standing here with Charlie now. Game 1 was crazy. What words or advice did you give the team during the break?
Well, we haven't really got into a scenario like that in scrims very much. I doubt many teams do. So it's very difficult for us to figure out on the fly how to end the game. I just told them, like, if we need Baron to end the game, or we need Elder to end the game, or we can't just Siege, we need to come up with more creative ways, or just be content with just waiting for neutrals.
With the 8.4 patch coming in this week, has it been difficult at all preparing for Tectonic, a team that are known to constantly pull out some weird and wacky picks?
A little bit. We usually just kind of like try and play to our own strengths, and we include our enemies' weaknesses a little bit, but in the draft, it's just we try and find out what's best for us, and if it contrasts with what they're bad at, then even better.
And taking a look at your draft this game, you've opted for Gangplank in the top lane, even though he did get nerfed this patch. What are your thoughts on him in the meta at the moment?
So he's about the same champion once you hit about level 9, so you just need to play the laning phase a little bit safer. They've chosen Lucian against us this game, so that's going to be interesting. I know a lot of top laners like to throw the gauntlet and do that, but if we match 2v2 top and allow Gangplank to soak the waves, he'll just farm Klepto and be the same champion.
Well, best of luck with the game and the series, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks.
What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Is Gangplank the same champion after the nerfs?
Yeah, I feel like it makes a lot of sense, but against Dilution, the laning phase is going to be incredibly hard, and he also said if they match the 2v2, then it'll be completely fine. But I feel like Nidalee into the Zac matchup doesn't want to just be battle warding around the top lane, doesn't want to just be defending his Gangplank. I feel like that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be invading, you want to be stealing away camps and making Sway's life a living hell.
And Paprise actually helps out Sway. Gives him a ward very deep onto that blue buff, so going to be able to keep tabs on where the Nidalee is. You can see that Swayth actually warded his red as well. Worried about that invade, but not going to be going down, as that's very nice from Pabu, level 2 first.
And I feel like something else Charlie's noted in the interview, game 1, they did find creative uses to get engages off. There was that one time when they just Fnatic bushed top side of mid lane, and there was the perfect engage and it broke open the game completely. But from that point onwards, it felt like AV were just very front to back. They wanted to siege the base without the Baron, and so they do need to be a little bit more patient when setting up for those neutrals, and they do have the creativity there if they can keep it going.
Absolutely. As we see, Swayth, I love when tank junglers get creative. He knows he can be invaded if he takes a standard route, so he goes buff to buff and then does wraiths afterwards. So that means that only wasted a lot of time, didn't take a scuttle crab or anything like that, ran into the jungle, got Jack, and now is path back bottom side.
The bottom lane of AV does have priority as well, though, so basically all of the lanes right now just pressuring, trying to get some vision in the jungle. We see Pabu match the early ward from Paprise there. So potentially they might spot out Swayth, but Jake looking for a bit of an engage, tilting only level 2, so he does have the Q and W, meaning that bit of damage that he'd get hit with will stick because he doesn't have the grey health just yet.
Yeah. Nice synergy down in the bottom lane between Blinky and Jake.
Double pink, I rate it. That's the good stuff right there. That's what you want to see. It's so easy with Ali. You got so many chromas to choose from. If you're not matching skins, then you're doing it wrong. 100%.
You see Swayth right now in the top lane. Will go into Pabu, has to burn the flash straight away. I thought potentially that Swayth was going to Q, grab a minion, and then flash, pull him back, but obviously just wanted a reset.
Yep, Gangplank still had the oranges, so even if he ripped him back, he would have been able to heal up a little bit, get out of that CC, and probably just walk away. So instead of trading flash for flash, just takes the one for row, so he can repeat that gank in the future. That means his E will land this time, then slap him against the wall. Jake,
oh, very nice taxi in there from Jake. Went onto a creep and then pulverized low.
So the bottom lane of AV, once again with a more aggressive matchup.
Talk to me about when you would do that. Is it when Caitlyn's just out of range?
Yep, 100%, because obviously the pulverize extends a little bit further forward because it does just AoE things on that in the range on the ground. So if you're just a little bit out of range, also not to mention he wasn't expecting it. It's kind of the old bait and switch. He's walking forward. He's like, I have the safety of the minions. You just go to the ranged creeps and then knock him up. Obviously, Tahm Kench, very good at dissuading him from doing that. Eats up the Caitlyn straight away, negates a lot of the damage that could have followed up by Blinky.
And it actually comes down to a mana battle at some points in that, because as Jake, he's going to be able to do that whenever he wants. He has Biscuit, so tilting potentially can run out if he harasses a little bit too much. As you can see, continually going for licks.
But we do see the Tahm Kench actually opting in for the Resolve Tree here, has gone Guardian. We've seen a lot of Glacial Augment, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense. If you're going to be playing that very defensive lane, you don't want to be playing up on the alley. You don't want to be slowing him, licking him, picking him up into the traps. They want to play this more defensive, play towards the top side of the Lucian. He opts in for the more defensive mastery there, more defensive rune.
And they're doing a fantastic job right now, the whole of the Tectonic squad. Making sure when they're being pushed in, they've still got vision control over certain parts of the map so they can spot where Only is. He's farming very quickly, do not get me wrong.
Yep.
36 to 20, actually now 40 to 20, so he's doubled the camps. But the fact that, you know, it's a tank jungler that will have impact at the game no matter what stage it's at versus, you know, a tempo jungle, pretty much.
If Only falls behind, like if he messes up mid's game and falls behind the 8-ball, then it's just so easy for Swayth to just still be useful at any point in the match.
Yep.
His items overall would probably be a little bit cheaper as well. So he's looking to get a repeat gank on the top side as well. We saw him invest early and get that flash. Might just be looking to push it in, though. Will get in the forward bush. You have to think if they can bounce this wave off the turret. Pabu is level 6, but could be in trouble if they set this one up successfully.
And the wave's going to bounce, because you can see right now, Paprise is just kind of auto-aiming it. Didn't get into the second brush, so kind of knows he's there.
Yeah, but missing pings going out, so despite Pabu not actually having vision, He's kind of aware that there's the potential for the gank there, so playing it pretty safe. Paprise is backing off, and obviously it did give time for only to walk into the jungle, place the tiniest bit of vision. Obviously red smite there, no wards to his name, just the trinket, so gets the one on.
Now they're going to pull the trigger. In they go. Pabu, no flash, gets blue smited, will get ripped back, uses the ultimate, however, big damage coming out. Can they hit the keg? No, they cannot. And you can see now Paprise falling very low. Can Swathe pick him up? Flashes forward with a W and does not get him.
Paprise just did not want to commit there. He did actually pick up the barrel, but didn't want to commit forward. Pabu has the grasp. So in a 1v1 trade, if he were actually trading autos there, Pabu potentially could have healed back up, so he doesn't want to commit. The GP ulti hitting level 6 just means that gank is not effective. And that's a big deal. They've expended multiple ganks to the top side right now and haven't actually been able to kill Pabu. The CS lead is pretty even as well.
Completely agree. And you look at the bottom side of the map, and Only is starting to invade. Jake comes over to join him. Now Pabu, without flash, has to run down river. Does Shock go cut him off?
And that's the thing. Shock has priority in this mid lane as well. We haven't touched on it too much, but Frey just getting shoved under his turret. Meaning if Jake actually went for that engage in the bot lane, if they wanted to hard contest the blue buff, Shock would be there first.
Frey's actually had a rough series.
He has.
He's just getting absolutely zoned off this creep wave.
Sitting on pretty low mana as well. Has already TP'd back to lane. So he's not going to be able to just kind of reset, take a lost trade, and in terms to pick up the wave and then TP back to neutral. Will be rough as this goes forward. He's going to need some help, probably from Only, to actually get a push out, so he can get a decent reset.
But you can see Pabu right now, he's fine. I mean, he's 10 CS behind, but this is kind of what we saw from Gangplank on last patch. He's got himself that upgraded Targon. Flash headbutt Pulverize onto Swathe. Flash forward from Only. Teleports are not available. However, they're trying to collapse. They're trying to keep him alive. Does this just get Paprise killed as well? He's dashing away. You can see that Only goes over the ward. Nails him with a spear. One auto attack into the pounce. Slow is there. Gets underneath the turret. However, good culling means that Only will fall. And Pabu won't join him. Picks up the kill.
Paprise actually trades there, but unfortunately for him, Shock had priority in mid lane. He didn't walk up to the Baron Pit. He didn't walk up. He just recalled, absolutely. He didn't actually want to help out the Zac. They had no TPs, like you mentioned, so they couldn't use that to keep him alive. But they had the pressure. They only committed half of it. Paprise trades his life, but not only that, his flash as well. And that's kind of the opportunity cost. In a matchup where you want to be aggressive, you want to have that summoner available to give you more options so you can kind of play aggressive, and if you get ganked, you have that extra safety net. Pabu has his flash available. The first couple of ganks didn't work. He's now up in CS, halfway towards his Triforce, just sitting completely pretty right here.
Denied so much experience from Paprise in the top lane as well, not to mention the fact that Only is level 7 right now, and Swathe is level 5. 33 CS to 61. Still putting on that jungling clinic, and this is what we said, that, you know, now without vision, potential that you can just out-power farm. And I mean, level 9 to like level 7 is a huge discrepancy between champions.
Understand. We haven't touched on the bot lane too much so far, but Blinky, obviously with Jake in the top side of the map, just held 1v2. Caitlyn Tomcate's got the biggest...
Red buff is already here. Paprise sure gets the press the attack proc, however, Only does so much damage and just rips him apart.
And that's a sad point for Tectonic right now. We've seen the Lucian before.
Oh, is Jake actually going to get eaten here? Might have to burn the ultimate. Gets eaten up and will fall very low. Ignite is on, does not die. Now Blinky just chasing forward. You can see that recurve bow putting in work.
Blinky heals up the cow with his summoner spell there, keeping him alive. And Pabu didn't even need to use the ulti for that top gang. They kill Paprise 1v2 without having to burn that cooldown, and that means the bot side can win as well, winning on two fronts for AD.
Jake going to run into Swathe here, will miss the long arms. Does he headbutt him out of this? Pulls him instead, stops all the damage. Swathe now, because he'd already used the long arms, he's just going to get chased down. Will have to ulti over the wall. Actually takes a cow as well as the Varus with him. Can they keep him alive? No, they cannot. That's another kill, and Blinky wants this one. Nut flashes over the wall. Tomkens uses the ultimate, and they're just going to disengage. Actually, no, they're not. Here we go. Jake goes back the other way. It's the Dosido. They want to give it over to Shock. Do they? No, they give it over to Low.
Give it a Low. Fairly long engage there. Jake does end up dying in the back end of that one, but topside as well. Just means Gangplank.
Died again.
So much control. We'll have to get the replay on what actually happened, but Only sitting up there, farming away the camp. Swathe invested so much time bot and just died for it. He didn't have the passive. 0-2-0. All of his ganks so far have been effective. And it feels like a bit of desperation there. It feels like he's reaching too far. He used the long hands, like you mentioned, before he actually closed the gap with E. Meaning once he does land the E, he gets pulverized, but he can't slap the alley back against anything, so he gets chased out. Luckily, Low is there to save him. But
sorry, Frey goes in. I actually feel that that was a bluff. They were like, where's Nidalee?
And they have no idea.
I honestly feel like, ooh, maybe he's out of mana. I was going to say, I felt like Shock could have just killed him there.
I mean, potentially, Swaith was bot side, and that did mean Only was top side without vision. No. They had no idea where he was.
Had full mana. That's just a bold play out of Frey.
All right.
I like it.
Trying to assert some level of dominance. It is the Air Drake first dragon spawning of this game. Gold lead, pretty firmly in the hands of AV right now.
You can see Nidalee going for a camp. However, again, Shock wants nothing to do with it, just goes back to base. I feel like Shock is playing very selfish this game.
See if it can pay off. I mean, if he can get ahead, which he's not really ahead to be honest, but if he can find himself an advantage for that, then, I mean, potentially could drag Tectonic back into this game because both side lanes looking pretty rough right now. The bottom lane a lot more even. I guess Low has picked himself up that kill, but top lane looking disastrous. And Gangplank's only going to get better from here on out. Paprise, just like Pabu game 1, I feel like he's really going to struggle to find his way into the game. Flash coming up fairly soon, but Illusion is literally designed to win this lane. And if you don't win it, then what else do you add?
Nothing.
Nothing.
To be perfectly frank, absolutely nothing. He's a 500 range AD carriers. In they go, however, Swaith on the back end will go the kidnap, gets both of them, and that should be Blinky falling down low. Another kill. Can they continue? Flash forward, goes for the eat, does get Gangplank ulti. They don't get the trap right, and this could just be Jake walking out. No, ultimate comes across. Low picks up the double.
Frey. That is
Frey coming in. Pabu's already behind. Where is the rest of the team? Very nice flash into 90 caliber net. Means this will continue, and Pabu should fall. Paprise comes in. Low's also, Shock's also here. Shutdown available, and Frey just watches his team get ripped apart.
And this could have been the avenue Tectonic needed to get back into the game. Paprise comes down, and he actually gets himself a kill. He will have enough to finish his balk, but Only's here again.
Yeah, I don't think Only wants this one. Ultimate is still available for Shock. And he's a full item at the moment on his ear, so he just backs away.
And we were just mentioning how far behind Paprise is in the top lane, but Tectonic makes something happen bot low. Finished his Infinity Edge, is very far ahead of the Varus right now. They pick up that kill. They don't get themselves much of an objective. AV going to pick up a Constellation Air Drake for kind of floating down later, being able to clean up the rest of the fight, but that's gold that Tectonic desperately needed.
Yeah, I feel like the advantage, the objective they got is the game's not over anymore. That they have a Caitlyn that is a little bit accelerated.
You have some form of
3 items will be good. They also got a kill, a shutdown kill at that, onto the Azir. So all of a sudden, Shock looking a little bit better in this lane. Boots 2 plus the Nash's tooth.
Very timely for the boys for New Zealand. He picks up that first item, as you mentioned, and has been playing it fairly selfishly for the most part. So potentially this could be the catalyst for success for him the rest of the game. Chose not to help out his teammates time and time again, but is strong now in himself. But on the other side of the coin, Frey didn't actually get anything in the bottom lane, did get no kills, no assists, but picked himself up his Triforce, has the package right now, so has a window of strength.
Yeah, it certainly does. However, they slap back, only get rid of the blast plant. Does a little bit of damage.
That's funny. He wanted to slap him against something, but all he had was a plant that knocks him away.
You can see right now, Siege is on. Pabu comes down. They secure themselves mid-lane turret. Barrels will miss.
But Low in the bot side now, just solely pushing this one out. We'll get a crash on the mid lane inner, but not too much damage there. We'll take that one out on the lineup of Shock, but as we mentioned, Low bot side completely alone. Has to respect that the flank from the... Oh, actually...
Paprise, how did you not see that? Goes forward, pops back only. Uses his flash as well. Should fall down just a red buff auto attacks. What a way to go. It's honestly horrible.
Well played from Only there. Just using the ranged auto attacks. That's all he needs. He doesn't need to dive into turret range any earlier than he did there. Just kind of kites out the Lucian. No flash. Did burn that one and actually kind of got over the blast plant to follow him along.
Yeah.
Shock. Looking to hold this top lane turret, but might be too little too late here.
Yeah,
very low.
Appears to be the case. You can see the Nidalee doing a lot of work. That attack speed that you get as well as red buff, just doing work on the structures.
Yeah, and I mean, I questioned Charlie in his interview saying that Only just needed to play around the top side, and that's not really what he wanted to do. But I feel like it has worked so successfully for AV. He's constantly been up there counter-ganking these lanes. Swaith invested so much time into the top lane, and Lucian is sitting 1-4 right now, has no advantage for that one, and Only is ahead so much CS, has the kills, already finished the Rod of Ages at 15 minutes, and Pabu, 3 kills, sitting up in gold significantly. That's like 2,500. It's a big GP.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, that is their lead, their jungle as well as top lane, as Frey gets long arm, but there's no creeps for Swaith to slap him back to. That was an Corki.
Yep.
Probably no way out. However, they're not able to continue.
But it's really on the bot side. for Tectonic. They're going to find a way back into the game. It's this Caitlyn right now. Approaching 2 items. Already has level 2 boots, obviously, so once that Shiv rapid combo, if they can get him to 3, then potentially they have a point of strength there, but right now it seems like the top side from AV just means so much more. They're just sitting under their turret bot lane, just kind of farming it out, not really able to do anything proactive.
Paprise, if nothing else, would have got some confidence off that play, just got all 3 barrels.
Yeah, roasted. Oh, and the ward. Nice, uses the W.
Only
that double
about
tap
to come
passive.
under fire here. Goes
Oh,
very
nice
aggressive
dodge.
sway. Nice dodge, but flashes forward. Gonna kidnap one of them back, and it's only
Jake?
big engage coming out of Jake, however. That will be tilting. Nice save here. Swaith will fall down. Tilting, looking to potentially follow. But a 1-for-1 trade at this stage of the game does suit the Tectonic lineup.
Not to mention, Pabu just solo killed Paprise again.
Ugh.
Top lane 1 and 5 on the Lucian, doing absolutely nothing up there. And we just saw Tahm Kench isn't really that good of an answer into the Varus with other people around because it gets them locked down anyway.
That's not really fair. Paprise is dying.
He
You said he's not doing anything. I feel like over and over again he's just dying.
Okay, that's a thing.
Adding to the death tally, will be low right now. Shutdown achieved for Blinky.
Mr. Voyage comes through from Tilting, trying to save his AD carry, but
We
too
need a
little,
surprise
too late.
party, Tahm Kench.
Oh, and he comes out of the
a cake, like,
Abyssal Voyage and is like, hello, as we're going to see this one. Does he look for the barrel?
Yeah.
He didn't get it. Dashes away, but Pabu auto, going to cue him in the face. No, just autos him and lives with the W. Tanks up the turret, press the attack was procced pretty late. But he could have been more aggressive early. If he could have like banked on the fact that he can dodge out of the barrel damage, could have traded 1-for-1. Because honestly, it was a pretty greedy dive from Babu. It was pretty close, but
Yeah, it certainly was. He's also gone a greedy build, Pabu. Against counter picks, you normally go Steric seconds. However, he's committed to the Yomus. And good on him, because it's a snowball, as you said, 4-1-2.
If you can play it well, if you are ahead and you can keep playing it like that, then having more damage means more solo kills for the Gangplank.
Swaith now a level behind. Will find
We'll
only
see him.
here. Slaps him. Gets cat clawed. And just runs around with his arm poking out of
Oh,
it.
shock.
Yeah, in the mid lane. He's dead. Goodbye, Shock. No, actually, he's going to live. Very nicely done. Silky smooth moves. Only going to look for him. Gets eaten up by Tilting. Only now looking for Shock. Swaith still playing bodyguard.
But they're just herding him out of the mid lane. Pabu has rotated down, and they also get the bot push. So that turret, the outer bot lane, will go down for free. They're also pressuring mid. Jake has no flash to engage onto the back line here if they're looking for the defense, but AV are just so much stronger right now. 7,000 gold lead for the boys in blue here, but they will just back away, take that free turret bot, play it fairly
Paprise
safe.
is the same level as his AD carry.
Yeah, that's rough.
Shock is 3 levels higher than his top lane. There's just so much at the moment that has gone wrong for Paprise. He's the same level as Swaith, who is 50 CS down. And you can see Shock right now trying to defend against 3. That's not going to work. Do they ulti him? Just misses his behind.
And I'm going to prep a roast here for Jake.
Okay.
It looks like he's setting up for the Righteous Glory. That Rejuvenation B goes into the Bracer, which goes into the Righteous Glory. I think he needs a Banner of Command. They're so far in the lead. 20 seconds on Baron spawning. They should be able to set up this Baron easily. The wave clear from Azir means nothing against a Baroned up, bannered minion.
And it literally means nothing. We're not saying... This isn't a case where we say nothing as in
'Cause he's
like it
behind
means
and he
very
does a little
little.
bit of
Yeah,
damage,
it actually
yeah.
just does nothing.
Caitlyn has to be the one to wave clear, or Lucian, but Lucian short range AD carry. Caitlyn's really all they've got. They have the extra safety in Tahm Kench, potentially, to allow low to wave clear, but I feel like it's just such an easy way to end the game, and that's what they struggled with in Game 1. They had the advantages. They were winning the team fights, but playing around those neutrals, they couldn't find an avenue to win until like 50 minutes.
Absolutely, and you have a Ginsu's plus a steroid coming out of only for that Varus. I feel like this is just... I kind of said that 2 ways Oceanic teams go. They either ignore the patch and they just continue to play the same style of League of Legends.
That's what he's doing.
Or they go all in the opposite and they just cheese the absolute heck.
Yep.
Let's use heck.
Okay.
Out of the other team. And I feel like, you know, this is a game where we haven't really seen all that much adaptation. If I saw this draft on 8.3, I wouldn't be mad at either team. These are both solid drafts.
Yeah. But not to mention, Righteous Glory, you pick that when you've got like a team fight comp. You're like, oh, I've got a Galio coming in, I've got an Ornn on the backside. I've got like, Varus is honestly pretty decent, but when you look at the composition, the Nidalee is the big thing.
Yeah.
You have this kind of like finesse jungler.
Nidalee Gangplank, right?
Wants to dance around the side of a fight. Gangplank is useful in a team fight, but when you pair it with a Nidalee, like Jake can't look for the be-all and end-all engage like in Game 1 and just wipe the floor with Tectonic. He'll be the only one diving in. So it honestly doesn't make a lot of sense to me picking up that Righteous Glory. He doesn't need the extra help finding these picks. Feel like it should have been the banner, but obviously he disagrees. Has been playing well so far, not just in the bottom lane for the most part, did find his way around the map, so has had some success.
Yeah, absolutely, and we can see that this gold lead is just continuing to extend. It's about 10,000 at this stage. Blinky just showing off the micro there. Look how quickly he attacks. Ginsu's plus Wit's End. With how much magic damage is going to come out of the Nidalee as well as the Corki, Wit's End going to be even more effective.
Yep,
Goes in right
only.
now, Swade, looking for only, as you mentioned.
Oh, does slap.
Slaps them together,
Oh.
however, perfect headbutt coming out of Jake. Just denies that. You can see Swaith has to jump to the side, falls down. On the back end, Lowe's being soloed out by Frey. He is solo and the only fed member. Over the wall, however, goes the Azir and grabs the mid laner from Avant. That is a very nice move.
They actually get the one-for-one trade. Their jungler goes down early for Tectonic, but Shock able to find that window. Frey burned both summoners to get into that fight there and couldn't quite actually secure the kill onto Low. But do AV actually set up for the Baron? They don't have the alley ult to tank it. Nidalee not very tanky. They don't have Cannon Barrage.
I feel like at
They're
this stage of the
looking just for a
game, you
bait.
do not go near it, because if Azir gets onto the Baron, he'll rip you apart over the wall. You can see that they agree, looking to kind of just go forward.
And he's sitting on a pretty big spike right now. Sork Shoes and the two items. Shock does so much damage right now. Frey a little bit behind the 8 ball, looking for that extra item there. Only sitting on the Triforce, but only, once again, walking back into that choke with no Zac sitting over the wall. It means he will be able to slightly contest that one. Doesn't pick up the camp, though.
Yeah, Rapid Fire Cannon picked up right now as we take another look at the fight.
And it was just a nice play out of Swape to actually get on, but that was the head putt that was clutch. He was looking for the ulti, actually CC'd out the Zac before he could get onto the carries. And you see Low falls down so incredibly low. The rocket flash misses from Frey, and he just commits too hard. Shock, nice flash to push him into the turret. Easy cleanup kill out of the mid laner for Tectonic.
That's a high percentage play out of Shock. He doesn't think I can potentially clip him with the edge of the ultimate. He says, we need kills right now. If I'm not ahead, we're kind of behind. So let me just go for the high percentage play. Let's burn the flash.
Even if Frey didn't actually get the kill, it's still it's still like a 1-for-0 advantage, right? Because Swaith did fall down, but they like keep the 80 carry alive, so they kind of keep their hopes of contesting a Baron alive by securing that kill. So it makes a lot of sense to burn the summoner there. And I feel like when all he really has to worry about is an Alistar's.
Yeah.
And if you're an Azir, you can just wall the engage. Mind you, you have to see it. It has to be broadcast. Ali gets a huge
Blinky,
flank off.
very greedy with his pathing here.
Ooh, Jake.
Will get slapped. No, doesn't get slapped back. And now the
ulti
re-engage
misses.
just misses.
So everyone kind of just walks away. But we see Paprise right now approaching 2 items, looking for the Bork Cleaver
This
build.
doesn't feel like a 10,000 gold lead right now.
No.
Honestly, the fights are kind of even.
It's because of their comp, because of the Nidalee. They really can't force the objective, right? Ali has to burn his ulti to reliably tank up the Baron. And unless they find a pick, they have no one else that can do it. So
Looking for the red buff right now. You can see Frey goes
Oh,
in.
Swaith.
Swaith looking for it. Will kidnap. Blinky here. Can he be enough? No. Pushes back the Alistar, so that will be Bloblet. Blinky falling so low. Will fall down. Pablo on the back end, however, will get ultied up. Will fall down. Paprise gets out. Flash forward out of Jake. Big spear hits Shock. Only looking to get in, but cannot find his avenue. And with no tank up and available, they're just going to continue to fight this one out. Shock putting in work. It is currently a 1-for-2 trade, and it will be disengaged.
And it's just so hard for AV to fight in that choke point against the Azir. Once you do not CC him, once you can't lock him down at the choke, Low and Shock can just stand behind that wall, dishing out so much damage. And once again, Paprise comes late to a play, honestly, but he picks himself up another kill, struggling to get back into the game. Pabu, for some reason, found himself in melee range of the Azir and then gets knocked out, taken down by the Lucian. So AV, we were talking about it, they can't really just start up the objective. They're finding it so hard to find an avenue to do that. They're doing it now.
However, with 2 members bot, now is the time they go for that. Teleport coming in, they'll burn everything. It will fall down. So nice play out of Avant, secure themselves the objective.
And you have to think that's a misstep out of Tectonic, showing those members bot. They have no control topside. We were talking about it. It's so hard for AV to force this one. They get a free window, basically. And they don't have a banner, though. They have the right to score. If they have a banner right now, they siege the base, break it real easily. But
yeah, this game's over if they have a banner, to be frank. They've got a 10,000, 11,000 gold lead. However, not going to be the case. 20 seconds on Dragon. Maybe they just go towards that objective. There is still a chance that Shock picks up a death cap and is completely fine with the trajectory this game has taken. Caitlyn, Azir, if they get to 3 items, really don't care how many items you have because their range is just so damn long. And their extended team fight is very good. In saying that, Paprise,
he's struggling.
useless.
He's in struggle street right now.
He's
Take a look at the
4,000
gold.
gold down.
Oh, that hurts.
4,000 gold down for the jungle, but at least Swaith has hard CC.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's fine. It doesn't matter that he's 4,000 gold behind. I mean, like it does. He's less tanky. But if he can get onto the carries, he kidnapped Blinky back into the team fight there.
Yeah, and Tilting nearly killed him.
Oh.
Ultimate misses again. Has Blinky hit one yet? As Swaith looking for this, will fly in. However, misses, gets pulved, has to flash out immediately.
Barrel.
So much damage. Barrel lands. And they blow up the tank. Maybe it does matter he's 0-6.
100%.
You can see Paparize right now trying to just destroy things, get himself a skerrick of gold. Every 10 gold matters when you're down 4,000.
Yep, Caitlyn is here. Very good at holding under the inhib. They have the extra safety of the Tahm Kench here. So AV.
Oh, head up
gone
over the wall. Means that now, Jake, you're on the wrong side. Swoop in comes from Shock, and you can see how much damage the Azir does. Will pick him up.
And you see his player cam.
Keeping them alive.
Jake is flinging his head around, knew that was a dumb idea. Falls down for that one, 30 seconds on his death timer, but Pabu's in the top lane. Paparize cannot hold the gangplank right now. He's just whacking away at the inhib. Does he get it?
Certainly will not. Gets chased out of the base. You can see 3 members come across. Only is in the base again. Members of Avant just like being in the base.
TP coming out of Frey.
It's going to be onto a trap. Cancel.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
He would have died.
Yeah, he would have. Frey has to cancel that one. Questionable use of the CC. Swaith was up and alive, so if they trap him up, the Zac would come flying in, see him up.
However, Pabu, in the meantime, did get top lane inhibitor.
Yeah.
So 13,000 gold now. Cannot be understated. This is an absolutely comprehensive victory so far for Avant. But they're just falling down on that closing out, and I have to think that a lot of it is to do with the fact that they have no tank.
Yep.
At this stage of the game, Jake isn't tanky against a 3-item Caitlyn, against a 3-item Azir. Level 16 now picked up for Shock. Still on the clock.
Oh,
ahead
top
of the
lane.
clock.
Frey's looking for Paparize, and he will just get soloed out there. He's dead. They burnt actually the Abyssal Voids to get tilting up into the top lane as well.
Looks like they're going to try and continue chasing. Swaith, does he leap on him? No, it looks like he's just doing double golems.
This is really rough for the Lucian. This is 2 times we've seen it from 2 different teams in the OPL. Praedyth was the last one to play it. Not to any effect, just face checks the Corki. Gets right-clicked. Right-clicked in the head.
He missed every ability and still won.
Right-clicked in the face. That hurts. When you're so far behind that the Corki doesn't even need to land anything, he's just throwing the rockets for the Sheen proc. He doesn't matter. He doesn't care about the damage.
And now with still 10 seconds left. Means that they will push in. That barrel hits. Pabu goes forward. Actually going to take a lot of damage from that turret shot.
Yeah, it does. Headshot proc means he goes to half HP.
You can see they still want in here. Swaith gets taken very low. Over the wall goes Frey. However, they get the Nidalee. And this is Shock's territory. Absolutely blows up Only, who's very low. However, 2 people already fallen down. Blinky might join them. Good pushback. Blinky dies. Pabu now on the back end of the team fight will be able to live. And Low went too far forward. Jake nails him. Frey looking to clean up the ace. No, Shock gets back to his inhibitor. But with only 1 member dead, this game should be AV's.
And AV finally find the window to get the engage. Only 1 death on the side of Blinky there, but they don't need him. They have an 80 carry in the mid lane to push down the Nexus.
All right, Shock, what can you do? Great taxi forward from Jake. He's having a superstar game. And Pabu on the last Nexus turret. 8 seconds on the jungle, 8 seconds on the Tahm Kench. No minions, as you so aptly pointed out. However, this turret will fall down. And that will be the 2-0. First game we've seen on 8.4, and Avant take it.
Jake was just tanking up the Nexus turret, laughing on the Alistar. Not a care in the world as AV, you mentioned 2-0. Second game looked much more comprehensive, much cleaner out of the boys in Avant than game 1. Looking really back and forth for that one. Most lanes winning. Basically, Frey was really the only one that was ever in contention there.
Did Jake win Most Improved Player last year?
I'm not sure.
He must have.
I bet hasn't he improved into this year? So
I
really
feel like
give him the
since
award for
Origin, he has been on like a serious upward trajectory.
I agree, 100%.
That last engage out of him, like back-to-back, caught low going forward looking for Pabu, then absolutely destroyed Shock. If Shock stays alive there, they probably stall that game because 2 members were going to join.
He has potential.
But Jake...
W flash Q, even got the E slapped onto the stun under the fountain. Locked him down, wasn't able to live for long enough. Could not defend the Nexus there, and that's going to be the victory.
And you know, solid Rakan game, solid Alistar game. Last week, poor Morgana, poor Janna.
Yeah.
Maybe he's an engaged support now.
Maybe he's turned it around. He's no longer a Nami player, or Nami player, as Blinky likes to call it.
Coins
That's
him.
wrong, by the way. Just
not.
by the way.
No, it's definitely pronounced Nami. However, I feel like this was a good introduction into patch 8.4 because it showed how chaotic it is when the game's even because of how much objectives mean right now. But it also showed when you're ahead how easy it is to snowball with the lack of vision.
Yeah, 100%. As soon as they got that Baron, the game just kind of broke open. They struggled to get it there. It took them a very long time to actually set that objective up, but once they do get that one under their belt, just so easy to take it from that point to a victory.
But interesting that we didn't see Banner of Commands.
Yeah,
didn't see Volibear.
You say
potentially
interesting?
A misread because I think Banner is very strong. You think Volibear is the best champion.
That's not
so, you know,
true.
potentially we both misread the Banner here.
I think the lack of banners is not interesting. I think it's a mistake.
And the lack of Volibear?
Lack of Volibear, who cares? You're just perpetuating this. This is a gross misrepresentation of the conversation we had off cast. It's now bleeding into the cast. But no, I think the Banner of Command should have been built multiple times. In both games, 100%, that is a mistake. Jake had a very good performance. I think his build sucked, but obviously he picked up the W, so who cares?
Certainly did, and Bryce does really want to see a Volibear, so please someone pick it. But let's throw it over to Laura, who is right now with the player from Avant that pronounced Nami correctly.
Oh.
Thank you very much, guys. Do you really say Nami, Blinky?
Yeah, I do. It's how you say it properly, so thanks, Spawn.
Well, congratulations on today's win. How do you and the team feel after the 2-0 win?
I mean, it feels good, but like you say, it's the bottom of the table team, so getting a win today is necessary. It doesn't feel good, but it doesn't feel bad, so moving forward.
Game 2 was much more controlled. I have to ask, what happened in Game 1? Like, what were the team comms like, and did you guys get a chance to breathe at all?
Yeah, Game 1 was a fiesta. I'll tell you what. Like, it was crazy. I don't know what happened. The last
I'm so
fight.
happy that you know it was a fiesta.
Yeah, the
because
last
maybe
fight.
from being inside the game, you wouldn't know. But
yeah, it was a fiesta.
It was a bit full on. But you have the gauntlet coming up soon, and I don't believe you're locked in just yet, but Tectonic and Sin have been knocked out, so the Bombers are the only team that can take the 5th place position. What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I've been told, so I'm going to go with that. What do you think Avant needs to work on looking forward to the gauntlet?
I think we definitely have to work on our early game a little bit. Like, our early game is, like, okay, but against the top 3, top 4 teams, it's not good enough right now, and I think after that, like, definitely our super late game. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty well at the moment and improving.
because I would say that you have, I'm not trying to be insulting or anything.
Carry on.
Probably not, but you guys have like very polarizing games or week to week.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, carry on.
so,
yeah.
so like versus Legacy, right?
Yeah.
You 2-1, 2-0'd.
Yep.
Both series.
Yep.
And then versus, I guess today you
Yeah.
had. I mean, this is 8.4. I mean, that does play a factor into this. But I guess my question is do you think that you can, on a good day, can contend these top 4 teams, or is it just the early game issues that you guys are having?
I definitely think on a good day we can contest them, but last week we had a lot of out of game factors and like practice wasn't very good and stuff like that. So going into a top team, that's not what you want, right?
Yeah.
But I think on a good day we can definitely contest like top teams in Gauntlet. So hopefully by the time Gauntlet comes around, we're at our best.
I wanted to backtrack a little bit and ask you about 8.4, because a lot of people were saying coming into this patch games were going to be a lot shorter, but we didn't see that, especially in the first game. So I wanted to ask you personally how you found the changes coming into today.
I definitely think games are a lot earlier or like shorter because of like aggressiveness. Like Gangplank is like his lane phase is worse, so either you shit on him or he will like destroy you late game. Especially bot lane, Zyrakan, Alistair, Tristana, stuff like that is super good right now. So if you're playing a safe lane, you're playing the wrong meta. So it's either go forward, stomp them, or just roll over.
Actually, on that point, what did you think about the Kazakh's first pick in Game 1?
I didn't expect it. I think it's just a favorite of Swaith. He's very good at Kazakhs, known as a Kazakhs one trick. So put him on comfortable champions and they might do well. Didn't work today, but maybe another time.
Yeah.
Blinky, is there anything you'd like to say to Avant's fans or your fans that are watching today supporting you?
Just shout out to everyone who supports us no matter what. You guys are the best fans in all of APL, so thank you.
Congratulations once again, Blinky, on the win. Earlier this week on our Hungry Jacks 1v1 takedown, we had Dupes go up against old mate Ryoma on the Rift. Don't miss it, guys. This video is absolute gold, and it'll be coming up right after these highlights.
Will go the kidnap, get both of them, and that should be Blinky falling down low. Another kill. Can they continue? Flash forward, goes for the eat. does get Gangplank ulti. They don't get the trap right. And this could just be Jake walking out. No, ultimate comes across. Low picks up the double.
Right.
Nice dodge, but flashes forward. Gonna kidnap one of them back, and it's only.
Jake?
Big engage coming out of Jake, however. That will be tilting. Nice save here. Swaith will fall down. He goes in. Swaith looking for it. Will kidnap Blinky here. Can he be eaten up? No. Pushes back the Alistar, so that will be Bloblet. Blinky falling so low. Will fall down. Pablo on the back end, however, will get ulted up. Will fall down low. Over the wall goes Frey. However, they get the Nidalee. And this is Shock's territory. Absolutely blows up Only, who's very low. However, 2 people already fallen down. Blinky might join them. Good pushback. Blinky dies. Pabu now on the back end of the team fight will be able to live. And Low went too far forward. Jake nails him. And that will be the 2-0. First game we've seen on 8.4, and Avant take it.
Mechanically, me right now, best I've ever been.
Juge is quite unpredictable about like his aggression. Like he would just go all in on you at level 2 or something. And it kind of worries me.
And for me as well, in his own right, he's very good at laning. Some serious mechanics.
Juge brought me into the scene like in 2016, I think it was.
I kept telling him he was good enough and he should think about going pro. So it's kind of like the Karate Kid, the teacher and student thing. And like, I'm the teacher, but I still feel like I've got it. My hands aren't that old yet.
My team would be pretty disappointed if I lost to a jungler in my own lane. I'm just not gonna lose today.
Where are you going?
Hey.
I can see a nice vital. I can see a really nice
How do I not get that?
I don't play this champ, dude. I don't know. Here we go. Oh! You missed. I missed. Alright. I respect that. It was like a warning shot.
Hey, let me get out of this vital, dude.
Hey,
I'll give you a new one.
I'm leaving as well. I'm leaving. I should have gone mana flow band so I can just... Wait, get out of my way. Get out of my face. I'm coming back. Hey, there we go. Yep.
Wait, that's RNG, dude. It goes...
Yep.
Get me out,
Where are you going?
Wait, can I...
Wait, you got a shield. That's not fair. Oh, he's clean, man. He's clean. Ooh.
I can't hit you, dude.
Ooh. I'm like Faker here, man. Oh, not that one. Hey, should I pot up or not? What do you reckon?
Nah.
Would you pot up in OPL?
Yeah, I would pot up.
I'm potting up. See, don't be BM, bro. Hey. No. Wait, do I get the base?
Yeah, you can. Oh my god.
Oh wait, I'm right now. I can outplay this.
You reckon?
Yeah. I got riposte. Nah, I know what you're gonna do. I already know what you're gonna do here.
No.
Oh!
Oh, that's not a bad trade.
Wait, can I riposte ignite? I can. I swear I can. Wait, this is a cannon wave. Would you base here on OPL?
Yeah.
Alright.
It'd be your best chance because then you can make it back for some minions.
Alright, I'll win now. I'll win. I was getting used to mid lane and trading, but I win now for sure. Are you basing or not?
Yeah.
How much gold do you have? And don't lie to me.
Oh, you got 900. I got 1k, dude.
No, you don't.
Hey, how much gold do you got?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't have to talk about it. You'll see when I get back when I have a bear sword.
Wait, what'd you buy? wait, you have a better buy than me. I threw my build.
Wait, what'd you buy? Long swords?
Triple daggers. Wait,
oh my
god. It's not that bad, man.
I can't. Something's wrong, man. This game. I can't last hit.
You only can smite, bro.
It's not about the minions you get. Anyways, it's all about mechanics. Let's fight now. Oh, the way he does it though is so clean.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Wait, level 6. Level 6 is when we're gonna.
Does that mean you just one shot me?
Separates the boys from the men. Yeah, okay. Okay. Look at this lane. Look at this wave control. I learned this one from Tommy Lee.
I feel like I'm versing Richard again. Oi.
I slowed the attack speed real good there. Hey, what do you want? Wait, when do you hit 6? And don't lie.
Off this wave.
Hadouken. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. When's my 6? Soon. I'm actually shaking. I'm more nervous here than I was in Gauntlet. Well, I just don't want to die, dude. Oh. No. No! Oh, I got no chance.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Good gaming.
Good game, good game.
Good gaming.
I was down in CS. I was just missing a lot. That's the nature of being a jungler. But at the level 6, if I reposted his knock-up, because it's a mind game, I have to like wait for him to cast it and then repost it. But I just panicked. I just reposted nothing, got knocked up and all in.
Yeah, I feel good. I just didn't want to lose to a jungler.